Hey everyone, today it is about when Bakugo is your best friend and he introduces you to one of his friends, which is Kirishima, and then you tell him that you fell in love with him, which then he gets jealous, for sure. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going! The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the park, where you and Bakugo often meet after school. Today, he had told you that he wanted you to meet one of his friends, someone that he had grown close to during their hero training. And as you waited on the bench, you couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and curiosity. Bakugo rarely introduced you to his other friends, so this was considered a special occasion to you. Hey, Wayan, Bakugo called out as he approached, a familiar scowl on his face that didn't quite hide the warmth in his eyes. Walking beside him was a red-haired boy with a bright, friendly smile. Hi, Katsuki. He greeted, using the name that you had reserved just for him, or that he had only allowed you to say. Your eyes then shifted to his friend. And you must be Kirishima? Yep, that's me, Kirishima said, extending his hand for a handshake. It's great to finally meet you. Bakugo talks about you all the time. He raised an eyebrow at Bakugo. He huffed and looked away, a faint blush creeping up his neck. He does, doesn't he? Shut up, Bakugo muttered, crossing his arms. Just thought it was time we met, I guess. Kirishima laughed, the sound warm and infectious. Don't worry, Wayan. He's always this grumpy, but really, he's not as grumpy as this when you get to really know him. Once you get to know him, he's a real softie. You chuckled, feeling instantly at ease with Kirishima. Well, it's nice to meet you too, Kirishima. I've heard a lot about you as well. Over the next few weeks, the three of you started hanging out more frequently. You were amazed by how well Kirishima and Bakugo balanced each other out. Kirishima's easygoing nature seemed to calm Bakugo's fiery temper, and sometimes fuel it, to be honest. And Bakugo's determination and strength inspired Kirishima to push himself harder. He enjoyed their company immensely, but something unexpected had started to happen. You found yourself developing feelings for the both of them. One evening, after a particularly intense training session, you and Bakugo sat on the roof of the school, watching the stars. It had become your secret spot, a place where you could talk about anything without interruptions. Katsuki, could I talk to you about something? You asked, your voice hesitant. Yeah, what's up? He glanced at you, his eyes softened by the moonlight. Taking a deep breath, you gathered your courage. I think I'm falling for Kirishima. Bakugo's reaction was immediate. His expression darkened, and he clenched his fists, looking away from you. What do you mean you're falling for Kirishima? He asked, his voice tight with barely concealed jealousy. I don't know. It's... He's kind and funny, and he always makes me feel comfortable, you know? So I guess I just started to fall for him. On accident. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable to me too. I didn't expect it to happen, really. But I can't deny it anymore. Bakugo's jaw clenched, and he stood up abruptly, pacing back and forth on the rooftop. You barely even know him. How can you fall for him just like that? You watched him, confused by his reaction. Katsuki, what's wrong? I thought you'd be happy for me, I mean. I don't know, is it really making you that uncomfortable? I just don't get it. Happy? How the hell am I supposed to be happy when my best friend tells me that they're falling for someone else? He snapped, stopping in front of you, his eyes blazing with anger and hurt. Katsuki, You started, but he cut you off.
Do you even know what you're saying, Juan? Do you understand how this feels for me?
He demanded, his voice breaking slightly. He stood up, reaching out to touch his arm, but he flinched away.
Katsuki, please, I didn't mean to hurt you. I thought you'd want to know.
Bakugo turned away, his shoulders tense.
Honestly, I think you should have kept it all to yourself.
The silence between you stretched on, heavy and uncomfortable. He took a deep breath, trying to find the right words.
Katsuki, there's something else. Something that I haven't told you.
He didn't respond, but you could tell that he was listening.
I think I'm falling for you too. Or I already did.
You admitted, your voice barely above whisper. Bakugo froze, his back still turned to you.
What?
He asked, his voice so soft that you almost didn't hear it.
I've had feelings for you for a long time.
You continued, tears welling up in your eyes.
But I was scared that I was going to ruin our relationship. And then Kirishima came along and he made things even more confusing. I care about the both of you so much, and I don't know what to do.
Bakugo slowly turned around. His eyes filled with a mix of anger, confusion, and something else that you couldn't quite place.
You love me?
He asked, his voice trembling.
Yes,
you whispered, tears now streaming down your face.
I love you, Katsuki.
For a moment, Bakugo just stared at you, his expression unreadable. Then, without warning, he pulled you into his arms, holding you tightly against his chest.
Damn it, Juan. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? And why didn't you start with this?
You sobbed into his shoulder, relief and fear mingling in your heart.
I was scared. I didn't want to lose you. You idiot, you could never lose me.
He said softly, his hand gently stroking your hair. You clung to him, feeling a weight lift off your shoulders.
I'm sorry, Katsuki, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still pissed about the whole Kirishima thing. But we'll figure it out together.
You nodded, sniffling. Bakugo then pulled back slightly and leaned in, resting a gentle kiss to your forehead.
Just promise me one thing.
Anything.
No more secrets.
I promise. The next day, you decided that it was time to tell Kirishima about everything, and you met him at your usual spot in the park.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Kirishima, there's something that I really need to talk to you about. You said, your voice serious. He immediately picked up on your tone, his smile fading slightly.
Sure, what's going on?
And taking a deep breath, he explained everything. Your feelings for him, your confession to Bakugo, and the complicated emotions swirling in your head.
Good. I know, but I wanted to be honest with you. Just like I promised Bakugo I would be. I appreciate that, Juan. And for what it's worth, I care about you too. But I also know how much you mean to Bakugo. And if you two are happy together, then that's what matters to me.
Thank you, Kirishima. That means a lot. He grinned, his usual cheerfulness returning.
No problem. But I want you to know that if you ever want me, I'll be right here.
I promise, I will. As you walked back to Bakugo, you felt lighter, ready to face whatever the future held with the two most important people in your life right by your side. And as you told Bakugo about everything that went with Kirishima, he accepted you and pulled you into his arms once more. And he knew that you were exactly where you were meant to be. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye!